Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Don, aka Tattoo Chef from WatchFreaks.com, doing a video review of the Prometheus 1000 meter Trireme diver. Going to show some key elements of the watch and do a quick overview here. As you can see down there at the 6 o'clock position, this is a Swiss Made timepiece. Has an ETA 2824 automatic movement. It is a 42.5 millimeter case. It is a cushion style or retro style dive watch case. Has a 60 click unidirectional rotating bezel. It is a sapphire covered bezel, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the inside. Gonna go to real quick here, show you the side of the case. It has, even though it's a retro style diver, it has a hexagonal, beveled edges here, so it kind of gives it like a hexagon type shape, as you can see. Want to point out, and as I move the watch back and forth here, as you can see, the whole case, the top of the case, the bracelet, the top of the bracelet is all in brushed steel, but the very top edges here of the case are high polished, as well as the side links of the bracelet. The very edges are high polished. Not too much high polish here. I kind of like the look of just that little bit of high polish on the case. Kind of just gives it like a nice outline. Yeah, give you a quick, nice look at the side of the bezel here. Very nice, deep grooved bezel. Turn to this side, crown side here. You can see the nice signed Prometheus crown. The crown guards here, want to point out, the crown guards are, there's a good shot of them there. They're not your everyday crown guards. Kind of like, they kind of cut out the side of the case there, and then, down into the crown guards. Pretty different, not something that you see every day. The lugs on them here, as I pointed out before, are beveled down, and these are what you call a hidden lug. The bracelet is a 22 millimeter bracelet at the lugs, and it tapers down to 20 millimeters at the clasp. One thing I'd like, it's a 3-link solid bracelet. Very nice solid bracelet, very comfortable. Has a very nice finish to the steel here. One thing I'd like to point out, if I could swing this around here, get a good shot. There we go. That's still not the best shot. There we go, that's a better shot. It has 4 micro adjusts on the clasp. Okay, for easy fitting here. There we go. But as you can see here, there is no dive extension on the clasp. Now, for a lot of people that's not a big deal. I always like to point it out, though. There's many key elements to what make up a dive watch. Which usually are, does it have a loom pip at the 12 o'clock on the bezel? Does it have a loom second hand? Does it have a dive extension? This one not having a dive extension, I'd classify it more as a diver style versus a dive watch. Of course, if you put this on an isofrane or any kind of rubber strap, leather strap, or Zulu, I would think you can go diving with it, because I don't think without the dive extension that it will fit over a dive suit. But taking another quick look here. Okay, here's another close-up look at the dial. Got a nice shot of the dial here. I think it's a very good looking watch. The price is $525 USD. I think it's plus $30 shipping, if I'm correct. And, for an ETA 2824 movement, sapphire crystal, sapphire bezel, I think that's an excellent price, and again, it is, Swiss made. Time-wise, it's been keeping very good time. It's been within 5 seconds for the past couple of days. and you know, that's very good timekeeping here. Do a quick look here, quick shot of the case back. The case back here is, you know, a nicely engraved case back. It has a picture of a ship on it. You know, it says Prometheus Watch Company up here. It says Swiss Made on the back. You know, it says the water resistance. Very nice case back. Really, I mean, it's, you know, it's domed out a little bit here, but it's kind of, you know, really nothing like some of the other dive watches where you see like a big bubbled case backer on it or anything. So it's going to be pretty comfortable on the wrist. I'm going to go back to the bracelet here real quick because I forgot to point it out. The bracelet uses screws to attach the links. And one thing I like about this is that they are one-sided screws. As you can see here, there's not a screw on this side. And the reason for that is it uses these one-sided screws and basically threads in to the other side of the link. And the reason I like that so much is because it makes it very easy to size the watch. You don't really need to have any knowledge of you know, sizing a bracelet or anything like that. You just need, like, you know, your typical little eyeglass screwdriver or, you know, little watch screwdriver, and you could basically have this on the wrist, you know, with like in a minute and a half. It's extremely easy to size. And again, it's sapphire crystal, sapphire loomed bezel, ETA 2824, and you know, I'm going to gonna now give you a quick loom shot so you can see what the loom looks like, and we'll do that right now. Okay, there, wanted to show you a quick loom shot. I'm gonna actually put my hand around it here, see if I could just make it a little brighter. I want you to be able to try and see the bezel loom. Now, the bezel does loom. Maybe if I pan back out here a little bit. Okay, there you can see it a little bit better. Now, as you can see, the hands and the markers are extremely bright. And while my lighting might not be the best, I do have to say that the bezel loom is not the best I have ever seen. It is not, you know, going to knock your socks off by any stretch, but it is there, and I don't think my video, for whatever reason, is doing it justice at this point. But I did want to give you a quick look at the loom on the bezel here. Try best. Yeah, I really can't get it, the bezel to show up as much in the light, but just wanted to give you a quick loom shot, so there you go. Okay, in the last part here, I just want to show a quick wrist shot. For reference, I have about 7 1/4 to 7 1/2 inch wrist, and you can take a look here how it plays on the wrist. Bracelet, clasp. Notice the sign clasp, which I forgot to point out before. I removed 3 links for my wrist, and fits perfectly. Do a quick side of the case shot there. And you know what? One thing I did forget to point out, in which, give me 1 second and I'll show you right now. I'm going to put this down. One thing I forgot to point out was the bezel. This is a 60-click unidirectional rotating bezel. I wanted to just real quick give a turn to it. Very nice clicking. Stops in one place. A little bit of movement there, as you can see, but you know, it stays in place where you put it. One thing I'll point out, while it's a very grippy bezel, and you can see it is raised off the case, just, you know, my own personal opinion, if you were going to use this to dive, and you have, you know, the neoprene dive type gloves on, it might be, you know, there's not a lot of room here on the case, so it might be, you know, a little difficult to turn with gloves, but, you know, for everyday use, I think you're going to be good. And that's it. That is my video review of the Prometheus Trireme 1000 meter diver. I'd like to thank Prometheus Watch Company for providing this model for review. And please go to the links in the description for where to purchase, and for the full written and pictorial review, much more in detail, much more in depth, tons of pictures, and should pretty much answer any questions about this watch that you need to know, and that is www.watchfreaks.com. Thank you for checking out my video.